My 8:30 dog is here, and she is a Havanese. Her name is Gracie, and I'm going to start her grooming with shampoo and conditioner. She's been coming here for a long time. I'm going to guess she's probably about 15 years old. I'm loading her up in some watermelon scented shampoo. She's a very good dog. She comes every couple months for a nice short shave down, face shaved, everything short. You can tell she has allergies because her feet are stained and her mouth is stained. You can tell she's been chewing on her feet. The stains are actually saliva stains. Gracie is a farm dog, so she gets very dirty outside, so they like to keep her short so she stays clean. And especially with her allergies, her face gets matted pretty badly, pretty fast. Since she's a senior citizen, I'm going to go ahead and cover her ears up while I blow dry her. This is called a happy hoodie. Because a lot of the older dogs cannot handle the blow dryer anymore. It just freaks them out. I'm not really sure why, because a lot of times they're deaf. But older dogs do not like to be blow dried. Unless you get lucky. Every once in a while there'll be one that doesn't care. But as they get older, they get really weird. Especially about being blow dried. That's enough for now. I'm going to give her a little break, wrap her up in a towel, clean up my mess in the tub, and I'll finish drying her on the grooming table.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Okay. Ready.
Since she's an old dog, she probably does not walk around very much at all wearing her nails down. It's only been a couple months since she's been here, but look how long her nails are. This side nail is curling around, and these two are hooked together. A lot of times if they're running around, they wear them down, but if they're just laying around, which she probably is because she's old, they're not getting worn down. And some dogs, their nails just grow faster than other dogs. Anyway, she is getting shaved down with a number 7 blade all over, and she will be getting her nails cut while she's here today. Fun fact about Gracie. She's a Havanese, and Havanese grow hair in their ears and it needs to be pulled out. And her hair in her ears is so tight that I don't know. She was probably about 1 or 2 when she first started coming here. I told the owners that it's just cruel to rip that out because they would start to bleed a little bit. And I told her that I didn't want to do it. So they said, okay, well, don't pull it out. Let's see how it goes. So I have not pulled the hair out of her ears, and it's been over 10 years. I really can't remember how long, but she has never had an ear infection, and her ears do just fine. I just shave them out really good with a 40 blade, and we just leave them. Her female area is very crusty back here. I had to switch to a 40 blade, which is very, very sharp and short, just to get the crust off her female area. And no, I do not wear gloves because I have to feel what I'm doing. I cannot groom properly with gloves on my hands. And if you see somebody on the internet grooming with gloves on their hands, I ain't saying. I don't know how they do it. Her tail has mats, but it's okay because her owners like her tail short anyway. I'm leaving probably just about an inch left on her tail. So I'm using my thinning shears to thin out the mats, and I'm cutting it real short. And that is all the hair we are leaving on her. I always assume that people know what I know, but in case you don't know, her hair will grow right back. It grows long just like ours. Like some dogs, their hair, I don't know, grows to about an inch long and then stops. Well, Havanese hair will get very long, and if you're not brushing all the time, it will get matted. So most people with this kind of dog or this kind of hair like to keep their dog short, because most people are not going to brush their dogs. It's just too much. You know, people got jobs and kids and cleaning the house, yard work. People are just not brushing their dogs, and that's okay. We can take it short. All right, see her front nails before I trim them, and then I will show you them after. And now remember, there is a vein in there, so I can't cut them back short because they'll bleed. And this is as good as they get. Do you have any dog grooming questions? If you do, leave a comment and let me know. In case you're new here, a little bit of information about me. I've been grooming dogs a little over 30 years. I started at PetSmart. I groomed there for 8 years, and I've been grooming on my own ever since. I went to PetSmart grooming apprenticeship program, which honestly, they didn't really teach me much of anything. So I still consider myself self-taught, even though I did go to grooming school technically. They just sat me in the break room and kind of ignored me all day. But that was a long time ago. I learned to groom a poodle. The first dog I learned to groom in grooming school was a poodle, and they taught me how to shave poodle feet. And I just basically sat in the back room reading books, and that was it for my schooling. We didn't even have the internet back then. I think there was 1 or 2 books you could read, but basically you just groom dogs guessing. And I bet my dogs looked terrible. I didn't even know about using a comb when I first started grooming. Nobody told me to use a comb, like for the beards and to check for tangles. I mean, you have to have a comb and a slicker brush. But I was never taught about a comb. Especially if you have like a beard, like a schnauzer beard. If you're not using a comb and a brush, that brush is just going to glide right over the top of the hair, and it's not going to get down next to the skin. Okay, so remember, like I said, I'm not pulling the hair out of her ears. We are leaving it. And I'm just trimming up around her ears, making them nice and short. When you shave a dog's face, you have to pull the skin very tight and get in these lips, or you're going to have pieces of hair pop out later from where the folds of skin were. She's got some crusty little hairs on her nose that I can't get off with regular shaving. So I have to come back with my 40 blade and very carefully shave her nose right here, because the hairs are just stuck to her nose. It's not a good look. I'm using my slightly curved scissors to trim right across the front of her eyes. We are done, and I'm just going to wipe her down with some conditioning spray and a fragrance-free baby wipe. See, that's all the hair she has left on her tail. And I'll wipe her eyes out, make sure her face is nice and clean. I love to sew when I make the bandanas for all the dogs that are groomed here. It's what I do on my days off. She is getting dressed up in an adorable yellow tie-on dog bandana.